What's up, guys? I got a fun match in the split here today.
Let's give them a
The
hard
split
time.
is, if you don't know about the split, it's a fun ship. It's the new, relatively new alternate pan-European line. I love this line. This is more or less exactly how I want to play a destroyer. They are generally fast, great
Let's
guns,
give them a
good
hard
guns.
time.
Um, you know, fast, usable torpedoes. They don't do a ton of damage. I'm terrible with torpedoes anyway, but they are quick and reload relatively quickly, depending on the ship. There's some variation here and there. Um, and they're enough to deter battleships from just pushing you for free. Like the Friesland is the OG alpha gunboat, but the fact that it literally has no torpedoes can definitely be a detriment depending on the matchup, the specifics of the match. You can certainly work around it, but it is a real weakness of the ship. So I love that these at least have torpedoes, even though, like on the split, it's just a 2x3 pan Euro torpedoes. Like, they're not going to do a lot of damage, but you can set some floods, keep people out of there. They don't necessarily know they're your torpedoes, so they have to at least respect them. Anyway, you can see this is a four destroyer match. Um, Relatively good for a split, but honestly, even in a gunboat like this many destroyers I find chaotic, I'll say. You just never know what you're going to run into. You'll see evidence of that in a second. I had a suspicion this might be happening, but yeah, so I radar, I feel like he's in range. Yep, there he is, the Scane. But then off to his left, I saw it as I was zooming in. There's another destroyer, and I'm like, ooh, do I go on the Scane or who do I keep? Okay, actually, Z-23, I feel like he's a higher priority target. I know that the Scane, I'm faster than him, I've got better guns than him, he has better torpedoes technically, but they're not particularly scary. And also know he doesn't have smoke, so if I can get any damage on this Z-23, he is more likely to be a bigger threat later in the match. That's not guaranteed, I don't know that for sure. But just in my... Also, he's just tier 7, he's a tier 7 destroyer. On average, his ship is going to have more power than the Scane, so if I can get damage on him right now, this is probably a better use of my radar and time. In retrospect, I might have been able to finish off the Scane before I switched. Looked like I got him basically to half health. So I maybe should have switched there, but a little cheeky blind fire on the Z-23. Right now, I am getting out of my smoke 2 destroyers. There's likely to be torpedoes coming through there. Even if they're not, you need to get out of your smoke. That's kind of gunboat destroyer, not 101, but we'll say like 103. You should definitely learn that pretty soon. If you sit around in your smoke, you're going to pay for it sooner or later. Won't be every episode. There's some torpedoes. I don't think they were at me, but it's just like, they're coming. They're coming. And if they're not, they might not. So get out of your smoke. I would love to finish off the Scane, but I see this cruiser. It's in New Orleans. I don't know exactly what it is when I start running out, but like, if I engage the Scane, I don't have my smoke up. The Z-23 smoke doesn't last that long. If there's a cruiser right there and I stay spotted, I'm going to take a lot of damage, even if I don't die. Especially with 3 destroyers still left, I want to conserve as much health as I can. So as much as I want to finish off the Scane right here, I know that that's probably a bad call. Like, as I see that New Orleans went down quickly, I probably could have just chased him around the corner, but I'm already committed to this turn. I could go back, but then I've already I'm already on this side. I should just finish this one. I've already kind of half gone in a couple of ships already. So I'm just going to come over here. I saw the Fletcher was in this. I knew one of the destroyers in the match was the black. So I'm like, all right, well, if I can get over here, my radar's up. If the black radars us, I can radar the black back.
Nice work.
But he's done. Great. I think not 100% sure what the cruiser to my port side is, but he had radar. I think it was a Baltimore. Radared him, and so I didn't even need to. So they were actually fine over here, but it's always nice to try to help out your team. It looked like the Fletcher was in a nice defensive position. Here come the black torpedoes.
Torpedoes, direct front.
I actually like the black torpedoes. They're dumb, but they hit super hard. They have super low detectability, and they just like clog up the map. If you can just throw them down in random spots, I actually like them, but I understand why a lot of people don't. So anyway, just going to finish off this cap. you know, this part's a little slow. We just take out this Colorado. I am again still trying to conserve my health, even though we only have 2 destroyers left, and one of them is that low health Skane, so I specifically wait for that Colorado to fire. I honestly was considering firing to try to get him to shoot at me so I could sneak on this island, just to keep the cruiser behind me healthy, but it's just like, there's still too much of this game left. We're even, we have 2 caps, but the ships are still even. I've been burned too many times just trying to, I'll get a few shots or salvos off, and for whatever reason, like this Colorado that hasn't hit a shot all match, put 6 shells in my nose, and I'm like down, whatever, 8,000 health, half my health gone for no reason. So yeah, just hold my fire a little bit, shoot after he shoots. So he's kind of burning down. I'm waiting here. I know the Skane is likely off right in front of me. I'm debating whether I should shoot at this guy. See him kind of look like he might be turning back around, and honestly, yeah, I'm looking at the cruiser. I'm not 100% sure if he's got a shot. I don't really want him to finish this cruiser off by accident, just letting him get a shell, you know, get another salvo on the cruiser when he doesn't need to. I kind of turn away, and I get 1 hit and sink the Colorado. So that one wasn't necessarily earned, but I really wasn't just trying to yoink it. I wanted to try to get him done as soon as he started to turn around for this cruiser that has done his job successfully. Keep him alive. Ooh, his Skane pops back up. Again, he doesn't have smoke, he's shooting from range. He knows we're here. I'm not 100% sure what his plan was here. Maybe that destroyer in B is spotted. It looks like he might be close enough to the Nebraska to be spotted. So anyway, Skane's up, but I'm trying to get this Nebraska down too. Skane is like at the very edge of my range. Ooh. Nebraska takes a nasty hit. Guess what? It's Nebraska too. I honestly thought the Skane was going to go out of my range before my next salvo hits. That's why I hit and switched to the Nebraska. But hey, I'll take it. There's another. Oof, that name. Luskavica. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we're shooting at each other at max range. My guns are enough better than his are. I'm just going to do it. I don't generally like these super long-range destroyer duels because, the destroyers are maneuverable enough. You're just as likely to take 2 bad salvos from him. Like, you predict one way, he predicts the other. He's right and you're wrong, and suddenly, like, you're down 5,000 health, and he's not. And so I just think that's kind of a high-risk play. If they're not shooting at you, sure, take the shots at the destroyers, but especially the longer I'm spotted out in the middle of no man's land, this Amagi might decide to shoot me, and he might get lucky. The cruiser we haven't spotted for a minute over there in sea, well, he's super far away, but you just never know. Also, just the Liskavica and the Skane both have relatively long-range torpedoes. The longer I'm spotted, the more time they have to line up, predict a shot, get multiple sets off. There we go. Speaking of torpedoes, they just have more time to get those off, and so especially as I'm pushing into him, his torpedoes are much more effective. I radar here because I thought the target locator was telling me that the Bliska was like right north of this island, but I see it's actually still pointing at the Amagi, so I'm pretty disappointed that radar was kind of a waste. I thought I could finish him off, but I misread the target locator, honestly, on that one. I said in one of my previous videos, sometimes I find it super useful. I have a hard time running without it. Not a hard time running without it, but even if you know relatively where the ships are, it still gives you such good location. You can, sometimes people will do random stuff you don't know, or it's like you got a 50-50 shot, are they going around the island this way or that way? Target locator can tell you which way they're going and just kind of help you in those instances. While I was yammering about target locator, got a torpedo hit, flood on the Amagi, sank him, totally earned. Here comes the Skane with like 12 health left. Oh my gosh, he's radared again. I'm gonna get him. Fire of the island. Uh-oh, torpedoes. Speaking of those, ow, that hurt. I feel like I did earn on the Skane. That was definitely one that I got most of. I think 2 earned kills in this one. Maybe this guy too. I did most of the work on this, so I'll say probably 3 earned kills. Yeah, finish this guy off. He's kind of in a pickle at this point. He's 1 of 2 ships. I'm close enough to him. Finish him. Yep, down. I've got no health left. At this point, I am greedy. The meta talk. This week I've gotten close to the what was it, 3,500 XP renown mission like so many times. I had multiple matches within like a couple hundred, um, over the 3,200, but not quite 3,500. I had one match that was 7 experience off, and that would have given me, I think it would have given me the Picardy, or at least close anyway. And I wanted the steel. I got the 7 off XP on Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, today I'll just get it. I'll get more steel. I'll get it. I'll get more steel. Whatever it is, Saturday evening, and I still don't have it. So part of what I'm about to do is I'm just greeting for the 3,500 XP. So I wait for him to shoot. I try to shoot, and then I'm going to stop. Hope his reload is longer than my spotting penalty. Even if it's not, I'm going to try to nose in. No, he's going to maybe get one shell off, whatever. I'll stop and nose in really quick, right about the time I think he might fire. And yeah, okay, I should be good. Dang it, right in the stinking nose. In retrospect, I probably would have gotten the 3,500 if I just capped the zone. I'm pretty annoyed with myself for that. You can see I'm just kind of like, oh, I still got to fire. Maybe someone will sink him. They don't. Spoiler alert. I don't. And I'll get the 7. I should have just capped the zone. I was 30 seconds off. I honestly thought that he was taking so much damage, I thought that he was going to get sunk before I capped the zone. Hindsight's 2020. I'm so bummed. Like, this guy, he just lives and lives and lives. I totally could have captured the zone. The Fletcher isn't, man, I'm so annoyed with myself. I know you guys have matches like that where you just look back on it. He made that one choice. It's just like, why did I do that? He sinks to Baltimore. The game's still going. He's still alive. He's got his heal on. The Azuma actually has really good heals. I like the Azuma heals. They heal all right, and they're actually pretty quick. Reload, and he gets like 1 extra for free. I love cruisers that have one extra heal. That like 3 heals stock is just so nice. But he finally goes down. Like Colorado got a nice hit on him. Matches Azuma pretty much everywhere, except on the belt armor, but through the nose he's fine. Yeah, 33-61. Definitely earned all 6 of those kills. You guys saw it. Earned them all. Totally earned. But yeah, that's a split. It's a good ship. Have fun with it.